Tonight, you're watching Zodiac News at 7, live from Zodiac Studios.
Hello and welcome to Zodiac News live from our studios in Lilongwe. I am Veronica Mwale. Coming up, people react differently to the 3-year custodial sentence handed to first cashgate convict Teresa Namatanga Senzani. Zodiac went out to collect views of citizens on the streets. Ruling DPP wins all 2 parliamentary seats in the October 7 by-election as Malawi Electoral Commission announces official results. Government says it will soon go ahead with introduction of a health insurance for all civil servants. In entertainment, Airtel Malawi launches a first mobile music competition dubbed Airtel Trace Music Star. And in sports, Flames coach Yang Chimodzi says his charges are ready to take on Algeria. We have this plus more. Stick around.
Tonight, you're watching Zodiac News at 7, live from Zodiac Studios.
Following Tuesday's sentencing of first cashgate convict Teresa Namatanga Senzani, a spectrum of people have expressed mixed reactions to her 3-year custodial sentence. While some describe the sentence as too soft for the implications of the offence, others say it was appropriate as the convict was remorseful and returned some of the money. The former Tourism Principal Secretary stole over 60 million kwacha public funds. We have this report for more.
Over 42 cases are in the High Court in Lilongwe alone, all of them related to the theft of billions of taxpayers' money in a financial scandal that is now commonly known as cashgate. This is where Judge Ivy Kamanga made history on Tuesday. She became the first to mete out a sentence of a cashgate suspect. The judge decided to send Mrs. Senzani to jail for 3 years for the offense of money laundering and 9 months for theft by a public servant. The sentences are to run concurrently. Owing to the obvious public interest all cashgate cases have attracted, the Tuesday judgment has sparked a lot of obvious public comments.
Ndama zimene anatenga zizoti anthu ena ngati amasiye olumala bweza kuthandizikira mboma muno koma iye anapeza kuti anaphanga ndalama zija ndikuba ndipo sizo si chinthu chanzeru kuti sabomawo zimene angamula zakazo kuti zikukwanira ayi enanso amene apanga chilo mene mboma muno atengepo chitsanzo kuti zimene apanga si zinthu zanzeru.
Ndaona kuti chigamulo momwe agamulira ndi momwe anena kuti abweze ndi chilango choyenera pogwirizana ndi momwe ndalama zinaliri.
Chigamulo chenda bwino pang'ono komabe ngati kuli kuti munthu abweze katundu akadanchepetsa pang'ono mwina ulo zaka ziwiri ndi pang'ono ngasi munthu oti ali ndi anthu ali ambiri amene akuathandiza afunikana iyeyo kuti azathandiza anthu amenazo.
For the lawyer of Mrs. Senzani, Mr. Nectar Muhura, the judge was outright misplaced. He believes that in all fairness, his client should have walked home. Mrs. Teresa Namatanga Senzani pleaded guilty to both charges of money laundering and theft of over 60 million kwacha from government coffers. Former Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Mrs. Triza Namatanga Senzani, is now at Maula Prison, a prisoner. She was the first and only one so far of all Kashket suspects to confess guilt, a factor Judge Kamanga used in sentencing. From the High Court in Lilongwe, this is Tadala Kalizira.
The Malawi Electoral Commission has announced official results of the Tuesday's by-elections in which ruling Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, has scooped all 2 parliamentary seats plus some council wards. The by-election was generally marred by a low turnout of voters. While conceding there was a low turnout of voters, Malawi Electoral Commission Chairperson Justice Maxon Mendera declared the election free, fair and credible as no complaint was registered. Meanwhile, a local electoral stakeholder, the Malawi Electoral Support Network, has blamed the voter apathy in the just conducted polls to lack of voter civic education. Nonkubi has been speaking with Mason Executive Director Stephen Dua.
Our immediate comment is that the turnout was pathetically low, and especially in the Cholo East where we happen to be on the ground. I think a number of factors can be, looked at in terms of explaining why this was the case. First and foremost, the realization that we have just come out of another big elections a few months ago, and I think people still could not see a reason why they should go and do another election. So it required some level of sensitization to remind people that they still need to go and vote. But otherwise, everybody thought that they had voted in May, and that is actually done. Secondly, is the fact that in elections Malawi, we always associate them with the handouts, and I think the hyper during the campaign period is that the people or candidates dish out the handouts. Most likely this was not the case in terms of the level during the by-elections, and therefore people do not see the need for them to participate. So in most cases, that would mean that only those people who perhaps benefited in one or the other were the ones who were entitled to come and vote. So it is not surprising, therefore, that in these by-elections we should have very few people who tend to vote based on these 2 factors.
And what do you think could be done to avoid the recurrence of the same in the forthcoming elections, including by-elections, if any?
I think this is the more reason why the Malawi Electoral Commission has actually gone for what we call an electoral cycle. That means all activities should not only be tied to an event in this case being the day of the election. But right after an election, like the one on the 20th May 2014, we should immediately engage another gear preparing for the next election, but these are the elections that are coming in 2019. So the civic education should be ongoing. Therefore, I think if you want to avoid this kind of situation in future, even in the by-elections that we may have, if something happens, is that the masses must be civic educated that indeed participating in an election is a right. It's not because they had already done a voting somewhere, but if there is a situation that necessitates them to participate, they need to be civic educated and do participate in that kind of process. So it's an issue to do with the civic education, which in most cases, or in the case of Malawi, it has always been tied to a specific event, and that is an election. But we need to civic educate the masses that this is a right that they should fulfill whenever an opportunity arises. So I think going forward, we need to civic educate the masses, and that must be an ongoing process.
Umbwe secondary school students in Dedza will have to wait a little longer before they return to school, which was indefinitely shut a few days ago following a scabies outbreak. Earlier, the students were told to report for classes next Monday, but Dedza District Commissioner Mr. Stuart Ngoka has disclosed that this will not happen as the facility requires that new boreholes be drilled at the school. The scabies outbreak was attributed to poor sanitation and water problems. Mr. Ngoka told Zodiak that Central Region Water Board has declared that they will not be able to sort out the water problems at the school anytime soon. In news just coming in, the Anti-Corruption Bureau, ACB, has a new director. He is Mr. Lucas Kondowe, whose appointment has been announced today by the Chief Secretary to the government, George Mkondiwa. He replaces Justice Resin Msikamanda, who was relieved of his duties less than 3 months ago. According to Mr. Mkondiwa, Mr. Kondowe is a certified chartered accountant who previously served as General Manager for Finance, Planning and Strategy at First Merchant Bank. He is also a certified public accountant, a fraud examiner, and financial forensics expert. A reminder that you're watching Zodiac News live from Archbishop House, and you're with me, Veronica Mani. A reminder of our headlines. People react differently to the 3-year custodial sentence handed to first Kashket's convict Trizan Namatanga Senzani. Zodiac took to the streets for the views. Ruling DPP wins all 2 parliamentary seats in the October 7 by-elections as Malawi Electoral Commission announces official results. We also have entertainment and sports. We'll take a short break, and when we return...
but despite the training, we still, though there's some
improvement...
improvement...
says will soon go ahead with introduction of a health insurance for all civil servants. We'll be back after the break.
Dear Boom, so one Monday afternoon, my little boy comes home from school running with lots of excitement about his new homework assignment. Mommy, the teacher has given us homework to draw our favorite heroes. There's nothing as adorable as a child's excitement. Of course, as a mom, I had no choice but to encourage him. He really loves his painting. I was a bit worried about the mess he was going to cause, especially after just cleaning his room. But that's what moms are for. Oh, my little painter. Why we teach our children about life? They teach us what life is all about.
Every mom has a story. Tell us yours at facebook.com/boomeverymomhasastory. Go wild with flavor.
Welcome back. Government says it will soon go ahead with the introduction of a health insurance for all civil servants. Chief of Health Services in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Charles Monsambo, however, confirmed authorities are still negotiating how best to implement the scheme and hence could not indicate how soon it will be rolled out. As Sadaka reports, the initiative comes amid continued shortage of health sector financing and human resource.
Health insurance matters remain a domain for a few people in Malawi. The majority of Malawians rely on public health facilities financed by taxes. The new government administration in Malawi has hinted on a possibility of introducing a health insurance scheme for all civil servants. Today, officials from the Master of Business Administration for Central and Eastern Africa, Mbaseya, met stakeholders in Lilongwe to discuss health financing.
The focus of discussion for today's meeting is on human resources for health. Basically, that is health care workers. As you and me know that as a country or all over the world, for us to deliver quality health services, we need skilled, trained and adequate numbers of personnel. So as you realize that in the country, we have a very big challenge in terms of the numbers of skilled health workers. That is why we have decided to choose this as a topical issue, as a center of discussion in our meeting today. As I have stated earlier,
Baseya members are former students of the University of Applied Sciences in Germany. The meeting also discussed human resource for health in the public service in Malawi, as Mbaseya, which has 42 members from 5 African countries, supports and strengthens healthcare services.
they objective of this association is to be able to support with strengthening of health systems in the country in various ways. So as one of our activities towards achieving this objective, we organize meetings and other gatherings that are aimed at offering a platform to discuss certain key issues in the health care delivery system, matters that would ultimately contribute towards informing policy and actually coming up with initiatives that, if implemented, can help to sustain and support the delivery of health services in the country.
Officials from the government of Malawi are optimistic that interventions like this would help improve the situation on the ground.
We had an emergency plan to train more health workers. But despite the training, we still, though there was some improvement, we still fall short in many areas. That's why a discussion of human resource for health at this forum is very welcome, because we need trained health workers in our health facilities, and we need adequate numbers of them.
To reduce some of the challenges the health sector is facing in terms of financing, government plans to introduce a health insurance scheme for all civil servants, as Malawi doesn't have one at the moment. The scheme will help in mobilizing additional resources to finance the sector. For Zodiak TV News, I am Tadala Kalidzera.
In entertainment, one of the country's leading mobile phone operators, Airtel Malawi, has launched a first mobile music competition dubbed Airtel Trace Music Star. Overall winner in the competition will get 14 million kwacha and have a chance to compete with other African winners at the Pan-African concert slated for next year. Airtel Malawi Managing Director Heiko Shrikske gives details on the competition, which is a first in the country, and later we hear from Airtel brand ambassador and renowned artist Pixie.
Airtel Malawi on Tuesday, 7th October 2014, launched Airtel Trace Music Star, a mobile music competition in the country. This competition has been organized in partnership with Trace Music Star and the international music superstar Akon. The overall winner in the country will win 14 million kwacha, plus given a chance to compete with other African winners at the Pan-African concert. Speaking with Zodiak, Airtel Managing Director Heiko Shrikske emphasized on the importance of this competition in Malawi.
The Airtel Trace Music Star competition is a fantastic opportunity to bring a music competition like we know it from screen, from television for quite some time now into Africa, and democratizing the entrance into this kind of competition, because it uses the technology of mobile and telecommunication to enable the talents that are out there in the market to just take their mobile phone, dial a short code, being guided through a series, and then record the contribution that they want to do. They either have the choice of using a pre-recorded karaoke version or just sing their own song, and with that contribution they will enter into a national and then later on internet or Pan-African competition for the big prize, which is, at the end of the day, to spend a time in New York with Akon and $50,000 cash.
Airtel brand ambassador Pixie explained the importance of such a competition to musicians in Malawi.
Well, I think this is a very big opportunity to musicians, because this is a very big chance that you have to win some big money, make some big money with less that you're spending. Some of us, when we were starting, we didn't have this kind of opportunity. So I would say it's a nice competition, and everybody's got to try this one.
To join the competition, call the Airtel Trace Star number 59911 between 7th of October to 10th December 2014.
Let's now go to sports. We start with news that Flames coach Yang Chimodzi says the October 11th game preparations against Algeria are on course and believes the team can do better come October 11 at Kamuzu Stadium. The coach now has full squad following the arrival of all 9 foreign-based players on Monday. The team had full training session on Tuesday at Kamuzu Stadium.
The preparations are going on well. So far, almost like everybody's in, especially the players we were waiting for from outside the country. They came in yesterday, and I think they've joined us in the morning. So it's going on well, and we hope by Thursday we should have the whole squad being assessed properly.
Flames' game against Algeria on Saturday come at a time when the Desert Fox are currently the best team in Africa, according to the latest FIFA rankings. But this does not give headache to Chimodzi.
Yeah, special preparations have to be there, but we're training as normal as you preparing for a side that is well known in the world. But I mean, we need to face them, and we need to do our job as per our program.
So with only a few days to go before the crucial 2015 Morocco Africa Cup of Nations, the coach has only single injury scare of Lucky Malata. In terms of discipline in the squad, Chimodzi has dismissed weekend reports that 2 players have been sent back after they were found taking alcohol in the team's hotel room. Chimodzi says those that have been sent back are the ones that have not made the grade for the Algeria game.
There's an incident that occurred in camp. All the players are in. Only those who didn't make it to in the grade, especially for the game against Algeria, were sent back. So we could say almost like about 10 or 11 players who were assisted and they were returned back.
The Flames mentor says he has some few days to assess his players, including the foreign-based players, before deciding who to start in the Saturday game.
We are yet to know who has to start or who has to be on the bench, because they just joined us this morning, so we cannot assess them in only one day. We have to have maybe tomorrow and the other day on Thursday. That's when we'll come up with a complete team.
In other Group B match, Ethiopia, the Warrior Antelopes, will host Mali in Addis Ababa. All the best to the Flames. To the other side of football, now to women's football. Football Association of Malawi says women football development in the country is on the right track as more ladies are showing interest to join the game at all levels. FAM General Secretary Susan Nyirenda made the remarks on Monday when he officially opened the first ever FIFA Women Football Coaching course at the Chiwembe Technical Center in Blantyre. According to Nyirenda, the fact that the course has attracted more women coaches in all indication is clear in popularity of the game among the ladies.
We are very impressed so far with the participants who have come, more especially that 90% are women. Our target was to make sure that women coaches can come on board, because we used to have a lot of men coaching these women. But now we can see that some of the girls who are just still playing the game, they would like now to venture to the coaching course. It's great news for everybody that we have these people coming on board.
The course has 30 participants, 27 of whom are women. Apart from that, more women football teams are being established at all levels, from primary schools at grassroots level to elite clubs. The course is being facilitated by former England national women football team coach Hope Powell, who urged the participants to take the course seriously.
And the course will be basically sharing knowledge and experiences about coaching, how to coach, how to set up courses for players, and it's just an education in football, really. I'm hoping that, I can add some value. I'm hoping that they walk away with some knowledge, and I think more importantly that they want to become better coaches in their regions.
And with that, we've also come to the end of our bulletin. As we go, a recap of our main stories. People react differently to the 3-year custodial sentence handed to first Kashket convict Twiza Namatanga Senzani. Zodiak took to the streets for the views. Ruling DPP wins all 2 parliamentary seats in the October 7 by-election as Malawi Electoral Commission announces official results. Government says it will soon go ahead with introduction of a health insurance for all civil servants. In entertainment, Airtel Malawi launches the first mobile music competition dubbed Airtel Trace Music Star. You're with me, Veronica Mware. Good night.
Signed, sealed, and delivered with a punch. Zodiak News at 7 captures the essence of news on television. We give you the intrigue and current affairs, the dramatic encore with creativity and innovation in the coverage of various topics. We journey into the extremes to make you see and know the truth on the real issues about our society, the economy, entertainment and sports. Zodiac, we are the leaders in news presentation. Open up to new horizons, ideas and opinions, and follow our lead as we take you there. Zodiac, you deserve to see.